Hello everyone, myself Soleh Hamariwale from SG Balekundri Institute of Technology, Belgavi. So our project title is Scalable Web Hosting using Auto Scaling and Load Balancing. So as a web page, we have used URL Shortener. Also, we have used AWS EC2, that is Elastic Cloud Compute, which configures auto scaling and load balancing. Okay, so over here, in this web page, we have a field, okay, where we specify the full URL, and as we submit that full URL, it will shorten the URL because we know that some URLs will be too long. Okay, so it will be too long to store or access. So it will shorten the URL, and also this will specify the clicks, number of clicks we have clicked on the short URL, the number of times we have clicked on the short URL. So let me show you how it works. So over here I am taking this URL. Let me paste it over here. So when I submit this, when I click on this shrink, it will submit it, and you can see over here it have generated a short URL. Okay, so when I click on this short URL, let me remove it from here. When I click this on when I click on the short URL, it will take me to the same page, that is the original URL which we have specified. It will take me to the same page, okay, same URL. And also when I refresh it, it will show me, it will display how many times we have clicked on this short URL. Okay, it will display the clicks. So over here also you can see that there is 0 clicks. So if I click on this, it will take me to the, okay, it will take me to that youtube.com. When I refresh it, the number have increased. So this was all about the demonstration. The further explanation will be done by my team members.
Hi everyone, my name is Trupti Bhavikatti. I am from SG Balekundri Institute of Technology, Belgavi. The name of our project is Scalable URL Shortener with Auto Scaling and Load Balancing on AWS. I'm going to explain about front-end part. Let's break down the HTML and EJS code section by section. Head section. Doctype HTML declares an HTML5 document. Meta charset supports special characters in different languages. Meta name, here it ensures responsive for mobile devices. Title sets the page title. Bootstrap bootstraps, here it imports Bootstrap CSS to style the page. Body section. Division class is equal to container. Bootstrap's responsive container for page content. H1 displays the main heading. Form to submit URLs. Form action is equal to short URLs. Sends the URL to the backend via post request. Method is equal to post. Uses the post method to submit data. Input field. Type is equal to URL. Here it ensures that only valid URLs can be entered. Required prevents empty submissions. Name is equal to full URL. This is the key the backend uses to retrieve the URL. Button shrink. Shrink button submits the form to shorten the entered URL. Uses Bootstrap classes for styling. Table to display shortened URLs. Table structure uses Bootstrap classes for styling. Table stripped table border adds border and alternating row colors. Table responsive ensure the table is scrollable on small screens. Table header defines 3 columns: full URL, short URL, clicks. Dynamic data rendering short URL dot for each short URL. Here it loops through the list of URLs. Short URL dot full displays the original full URL. Short URL dot short displays the shortened URL. Short URL dot clicks displays the click count, making URL clickable. Here, full URL and short URL are wrapped in a href, so clicking on them redirects to the original page.
Hello everyone, myself Sadia Khadkiwale. I am from SG Balekundri Institute of Technology, Belgavi. The title of our project is Scalable URL Shortener with Auto Scaling and Load Balancing on AWS. I am going to explain about the backend file. So let's start. First we have is require.env.config, where .env is a Node.js command which loads environment variables from a .env file. It is useful for managing sensitive configuration values like API keys, database credentials, and passwords. Const express is equals to require express. Here we have Express. Express is a very famous library of Node.js. By using Express, we create servers. Here we are using the require function because we require this library locally for our file. Const mongoose equals to require mongoose. Mongoose is used to connect MongoDB to backend. Then const short URL equals to require dot slash model slash short URL. Here the short URL is a model which connects our schema with the backend. Then here this model slash short URL, it is the path. Then const app is equals to express. We know that express is a library, so we create an app which is an object. Then next mongoose.connect. Here the mongoose.connect is a mongoose library command that links the database. Okay. Then here process.env.mongo URL. Because of the URL, the MongoDB gets connected to the database. In this file, we have three main functions. They are app.set, view engine, EJS. Here EJS stands for embedded JavaScript. It sets the front end by using view engine. Then app.use express.url encoded extended or false. It is a middleware function. We have app.get. This is the root. Then we have the async function which helps to run other functions simultaneously. Next, here we have short URL as a model, and short URL.find. We use the find function to find all the URL. If here we give any particular ID in the bracket, then that particular short URL will be found. Otherwise, all the short URL will be found. Then we have response.render, which renders the URL in an index manner. In app.post, when we request a post, here we have short URL.create full. So a full field is created which consists of request.body and gets placed. Then we have response.redirect. It gets redirected to the home screen. This is get function. Its route is /: short URL. It has async function and it has two parameters, that is request and response. Then we have short URL.find one. Okay, so suppose we click on a short URL, a particular short URL, then it checks if it is present in our model, that is in short URL. Okay, and if it is present, then this variable is loaded, and then we have is a response.redirect short URL.full. Okay, so that short URL is redirected to the full URL. Okay, and if the short URL is null, if it is empty, that is if we do not find any if we do not find it in our model, then return response.send status 404. That is we get the status as 404. That is error. After that we have short URL.clicks. The click counter gets implemented and saved. For the front-end environment, we have app.listen, process.env.port, or 5000. So if it is deployed on cloud, then it runs on process.env.port, or if it is deployed locally, then we use 5000 to run.
Hello everyone, my name is Sakshi Kurade. I am from SD Balekundri Institute of Technology, Belgavi. The name of our project is Scalable URL Shortener with the auto scaling and load balancing on AWS. I am going to explain about database part. In this video, we will walk through a Mongo schema used to handle shortened URL in a MongoDB database. The schema allows us to store the original URL, its shortened version, and track how many times the shortened URL has been clicked. There are two importing dependencies that are Mongoose and Short ID. Mongoose is a library that simplifies interaction with the MongoDB using JavaScript, and it helps define schemas and models to structure and query data. Short ID generates a short unique IDs and perfect for creating shortened URLs. Here we are defining Mongo schema to structure how URL document will be stored in a MongoDB. The schema has three fields. One is a string, full string, stores that original and long URL, and second one is a short string, so stores the shortened version of a URL. This is automatically generated using short id.generate. And third one is click. This keeps track of how many times the shortened URL has been clicked. It defaults to 0 when the URL is pressed created. Exporting the models. This line creates the and exports a mongoose model called short URL. A model in a mongoose is an abstract of a schema that allows us to interact with the database, that creating, reading, updating and deleting documents.
So far you have seen the demonstration of our project, and you have understood the linking of front end and back end to the database. So for this project, we have used AWS Cloud Services to leverage features that is auto scaling and load balancing for our URL shortener. So over here, you can see there are 3 instances, and the type of the instance we have used is T2 micro, and you can see that these 3 instances are running over here. And let me show you how these instances are used to run our application. So over here, you can see there is a public IPv4 address which is used to run our application. First, let me show you how to connect to the instance. So over here, this is the SSH key. So let me copy it first. So let me paste the SSH key over here. So the SSH key is to be pasted in the folder where the private key is stored. So let's run this command. So as you can see that we have successfully connected to the instance. So let's explore what all is stored in our instance using the ls command. Okay, let's navigate to the URL shortener. The command over here is cd URL shortener. Okay. Now let's run our application. That is sudo npm start. Yeah. Now we have to paste the IPv4 address from here into our browser. We have used port 5000 over here. So this is how we access our web page. Now to integrate the features like auto scaling and load balancing. For auto scaling, we have created an auto scaling group over here. So let me show you. So this is the group we have created. So over here we have set the desired capacity as 1. So this means that at least one server must be available for running our application. Okay, and scaling limits is set to 1 to 5. That is 5 is the maximum limit. It means that to 5 over here, 5 is nothing but there are specific limits which we set to our instances. Okay, so over as you have seen that there are 3 instances running in our application. So there is a limit which we set for the instance. Like for our case, we have for our project we have set 80% limit. So if the 3 instances hit that 80% limit, then new instance will be created up to 5 instances. That is the maximum limit which we have set. We have created AMI, that is Amazon Machine Instance images for replicating instances which are newly created using autoscaling. Now also we have used a load balancer feature for balancing the load. Let me show you the settings which we have done over here. Okay, so here we have the VPC, that is the virtual private cloud, and we have 3 subnets over here. So these 3 subnets are used to run the application. Okay, and these 3 subnets balance the load, distribute the load equally across the instances to run the application. So this was all about the cloud services which we have used for our project, that is URL shortener using auto scaling and load balancing. So yeah, thank you.